Hello, guys. Welcome to a special episode of Conversation with RMP. My guest today is Akilah Williams. She's a book writer and an author. I also have my co-host today, which is Ron Bain. Guys, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's our
Thank you very
pleasure.
much for the invitation.
Okay. So, Akilah, we are actually here today to debut your new book that you just wrote, called From Trauma to Drama. Can you just share a little bit about yourself for us?
Okay. So about me. Well, yes, my name is Akilah Williams. Many persons know me as Olivia, so Akilah is my first name. I enjoy reading and writing. I use writing as a form of expressions when I find that talking is too much for me. So sometimes if I'm, let's say, shy or so to say something, I'll quicker write it. Um, well, the reading part, it gets me into a world where I can, let's say, form my own thoughts, like when I'm watching a movie without any disruptions and so. So the only disruptions I'll have is when I close the book. So that's how they both, combine together. Yes. So I started off writing poetry. So I did a whole pile from maybe when I was like in school from 5, close to when I almost completed. I started with the poetry and I named it Real Life Story. I gave it to a friend, but unfortunately it was not published. I'm not sure if she still has them. One of the poems that stood out to me most was God has something in store for me. So that was one of the best ones that I have written. And to this day, I remember that poem word for word. Yes.
Okay. So, do you still have those poems?
Some of them.
Well, you know what? This is where Island Art comes in. So
Okay.
get the poems, and myself and Ron are gonna get it published for you.
Okay. I will do that. Yes.
Okay.
Additionally, Akila, may I ask how did you decide on the title of your book and what significance does it holds and reflect in the journey you describe for your characters?
Okay. So I looked at my life and growing up, like I said, I use writing, to express myself. I remember when I was in grade 6 doing the common entrance, one of the sections were the topic an experience that I would never forget, right? And I couldn't think of anything to write. And when I thought back to what I went through as a child, I literally wrote the whole story of what I have been through. I was afraid, thinking that, the police and so would contact me because of what I wrote. And I wrote it word for word. How I got caught, we normally have the scrap paper, and so in case, we make mistakes. I forgot that piece of paper in my desk upon accident. One of the teachers read it. And when they read it, she was like, "You went through that in truth?" I was like, "Yes." So she said, "Well, I think that you should write a book." I tried many times, but I did not succeed, right? So let's get to the point to where I got the idea, right? So that was part of it. That's the traumatic part, right? So I did get away from that because I grew up and I decide I do not want to be a part of that life anymore. I have my daughter and I need to set an example. So I did move away from that environment. Everything was fine until, let's say, life happened again. So when I should be enjoying my life, I have to be protecting myself again and my daughter. So there you have the traumatic part and the dramatic parts. Yeah.
Definitely. I love that. I really do
Yes.
love that answer. So, can you elaborate on the theme of resilience, courage, and transformation that are central to your book storyline?
Okay. Well, it in order to get the story out there, you have to speak about it. I didn't want to, but maybe there is somebody out there who is or have experienced similar experiences like I have. So I need to speak about it to let them know, that they are not alone in the situation. And also, it's not all the time that you will get the answers that you're looking for. So, for instance, you experience something, you talk to somebody about it, they help, right? But what if we have a scenario where you speak to the person and there is no way they can help you? Sometimes they shun it, they just don't want to get involved because of who's involved, and so you don't have a choice. You would not, like, let's say for instance they ask you to leave, you wouldn't go on the side of the road because you get into trouble, the ailments and so of the weather, so you would choose to just tough it up and stay. Obviously you would have to adhere to the rules, and so it will be difficult, but you don't have a choice. At least you look on the bright side and you deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
In what ways do you hope your book will resonate with readers who have faced their own challenges and struggles?
Okay. I hope that they will choose not to give up, but to keep pressing on and trusting God, because everything in life happens for a reason. It happens for a reason. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. So, guys, we do have sponsors for this program today. So, I'm going to play one of our sponsors.
Welcome to Island Art Publishers and Designs, where creativity comes to life. From captivating book covers that grab attention to seamless printing that brings your ideas to fruition, whether you're an aspiring author or a business in need of striking promotional materials, Island Art is here to turn your vision into reality. Let us help you tell your story to the world and elevate your brand to new heights. Contact Island Art Publishers and Designs today. And let's create something extraordinary together. Visit our Facebook page or call now to secure your spot. So, are you ready to share your story with the world? We are waiting for you.
How do you balance creating candid and vulnerable characters while maintaining a sense of privacy and boundaries with the narrative?
Okay. So I try not to go into too much details. I try to censor it. And at the same time, I still try to get the message across while being as honest as possible. Yes.
So, let me just do a follow up on that. So, like, based on experiences like that, writing it on paper or, putting it in a book, rereading it, how does it feel for you?
Wow. It's really tough because you get to relive a whole scenario, a whole situation all over again. Some of them I can say that I've healed from them, and some of them I still haven't. Yeah.
So, I also have another follow up question. So, in the whole book, which is your favorite character?
I would say that my favorite character is Anna because, she has been through all that and she still chose not to give up because
Yeah,
she has her daughter to live for.
she's
Yeah.
actually also my favorite character. She is so
Yes.
strong. The resilience, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that character was domineering, so to
Yes.
speak. So can you share a
Yes,
particular moment or character from the book that holds special significance for you as the author and explain why it resonates with you?
Anna was that person that, she went through that traumatic part of her life, right?
Hmm.
When she chose to spoke about it, she felt a sense of hope, knowing that, okay, I went and I spoke about this is what had happened to me. So things were really working out in her favor, right? Until one of the persons that heard her story decided to turn around and do the same thing to her, right? So then it's like, okay, so what do I do next? Should I go back, and tell somebody about it? Because, in that case, if it happens, then they're going to say, okay, you just report that person. Why you come in and put that other person in it, right? It was difficult. She kept it for a while, but she still ended up speaking about it, which nobody believed, and things still kept falling apart. But she tried as much as possible to keep it together. She maintained the fact that it did happen. There were times she was severely punished, but she found a way to cope until everything started falling apart again, and she decided that she wasn't going to trust anybody, and she tried to trust one person, I guess, one last time. Everything was going okay until, yes. Mhm.
Way to
Yes.
go, Anna.
Yes.
how did the process of writing this book contribute to your own growth and development as a storyteller?
So it got me in a place to actually express my feelings. Taking yeah, to express my feelings, my emotions, and to find my and to encourage myself, if I should see it like that. Yeah.
Good, good. What message or takeaway do you hope readers will carry with them after experiencing the journey of your characters from trauma to drama?
Okay. So the message I hope that they would take the messages I hope that they would take away are: one, always lend a listening ear to someone when they are speaking.
The writer, having
Mhm.
from what Anna has experienced, do you
Mhm.
think it kind of built her confidence to put it on paper? Like, I mean, just putting it out there, like, like, yeah, she told certain people, but not everyone believed her. But just the way she expressed it on paper, do you think
Yes.
that's also a confidence builder?
Yes, it is. Yes. Because when this is done, then it gives other people, well, it creates an avenue for other people, to open up and to share their story as well, to let them know that they're not alone in certain situations. Yeah.
You know, I mean, for me, me personally, I know, growing up, especially in the Caribbean, we are really not in reference to emotional. I feel as if we lack a lot of emotions, and there's a lot of things we hold inside. We don't really tell people how we feel, or
Yeah.
if we tell people how something is happening to us, they don't believe it. And I
Yes.
really think that's a good avenue for a lot of people should start using to, if you feel as if you cannot communicate with others, or you cannot divulge certain things, you should start writing it and putting it out there. A lot of
Yes.
people may not agree with you when you tell them something verbally, but once they read it, it resonate with them. So I
Yes.
feel as if that's a good avenue for people to use who feel as though there's no one there who's really believed them in certain situation. Tell me, how does it feel to be a published author, an author who published their first book? What's the feeling like? Like, how is it? Is it exciting? Is your family excited?
Well, it feels great. I feel really excited to be a published author finally. I remember when I just started writing, a good friend of mine, a motivator, was telling me that by the time she retires, she's supposed to have a book to read. So I'm happy that I was able to fulfill her wish before she retires.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
amazing. That's amazing. I can see the smile on your face. You are so happy.
Yes. Yes.
Akila, I know that there's a lot of people out there who may have experienced the same trauma to drama, etc., as you stated in the characters of your book. What advice would you actually give to friends, family members, strangers out there who simply are experiencing challenges and struggles?
Okay. So I would say to you, don't give up. There is always hope. You can find different coping mechanisms like I did. I found mine through writing, both poetry and books. You can reach out to someone that you trust. If for some reason you choose not to, or for some reason, like me, you just don't have a way out, I can say to you that you can just try your best to cope, and yes, just try not to get on the person's other side, and everything should be fine.
Understandable. And would you encourage someone who is going through the same struggles and challenges to express uh, their feelings in writings?
Yes, I will, because writing is a fun yet technical thing. So, for instance, if you're going through something, if you're speaking about it, sometimes I look at it that way. The gossip and so seem to spread faster, but if you're writing, the person doesn't like to read. You're covered. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is just my thing, and I learned that, by force. I got away a lot with that. So I guess maybe, if in the early stages when I used to be, writing my feelings, and so if I had gotten caught, maybe I would have gotten into deeper troubles. So I remember there were times when good friends of mine used to buy me diaries, and so I would just have them empty, but I would write my thoughts and my feelings sometimes in the middle of my notebook or in the back where nobody would find it. The diary would be empty, so they would think, okay, she has nothing to hide. So writing, it does cover up, but if you find someone that would like to read, and so you can pass it on to them instead of you fighting to express your feelings, and so writing does help a lot. Yeah.
Do you have any plans for writing another book?
Yes, I do. I'm actually writing two of them at the same time, because it's like, how to say it, it's water more than flour. So yes. Sometimes when I'm sleeping, it haunts me. I get up, I do some writing until I feel better. Yeah.
So is your next two books, is it gonna be fictional characters again, or it's gonna be like from a personal standpoint?
One of them would be from a personal standpoint because I chose to. Okay, so let's see how I put that one. Okay, right. So the personal one would be more about my medical condition. So if I may speak about that one, when I was born, I had a malformed brain, so it wasn't fully formed. So I have like only one ventricle, and as a result, I spent most of my time in the intensive care unit, right? I didn't find out about it until I was actually in my late 20s, early 30s. Yes, so I am 31 now. My birthday was the 12th of September, right? How I found out about it, I was on walk and I instantly lost my sight for a couple seconds. It came back. I went and do a CT scan and I found out about it. Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
I had no idea. And when I went to the doctor and the doctor questioned me, about my schooling and so, he was rather shocked. He was like, how did you attend school? Why are you talking to me, like a normal person?
First,
Because
yeah.
based on what the CT scan results show, it showed that I'm supposed to be a retarded. But
Oh, wow.
as you can see,
Yeah.
yes. So
Wow.
I plan to put that one out there as well. So even if I wasn't that way, I was either supposed to be a stillbirth or a retarded. There are certain signs that show physically. For instance, my eyes, I'm partially blind in the right, and the left one, this sight is slowly fading. And I have a slight limp when I walk as well. So all of them are as a result of the brain. So I choose to deal with that part separately. Yes. Mhm. Yes.
Well, I mean, I'm really happy that I'm even speaking to you now, because you actually showing us that it doesn't matter what we have going on, what disability it may seem as if we have, we can definitely
Yes.
push through.
Yes.
So I'm very proud of you. You actually, wrote your book, and then you're working on 2 more books. I mean, so you should be proud of yourself.
Yes,
It
I
doesn't matter
am.
what you're going through, you don't make it hold you back, or your
Exactly.
ability to complete
Yeah.
things. And I'm thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Because a lot of us is going through so many things and we don't even share. But I know
Yes.
there is someone who is in your position right now, and I know they're feeling inspired.
Yes. Mhm. Yes.
Yes. Happy belated birthday to you, Akira, and congratulations once again on your book. I know that this is, of course, an amazing experience,
Yes.
and I hope all the best wishes and success for you in the future. Thank you
Thank
once
you.
again for sharing such inspiring information. I know as a Grenadian, your country will be proud of you, and
Yes.
as an individual itself, I am honored to be here today to speak with you as you yourself inspire me.
Okay.
Yeah. So, guys, I have to pay some bills now, but just so you know, Conversation with RMP will be back in November 2024 for season 2, and this is our ad for season 2. Welcome back. So I just have a question for Ron. While we actually on the topic, you are also yourself a new author. What should we expect from you and Akilah? You both are new authors, and me myself being from Grenada, I am very proud to see that I have 2 new authors. Well, all 3 of us from Grenada, and we are all authors. But I just want to know, you know, like what, Ron, what's your thoughts? And your interview is next the 29th, which the people get to meet you and speak with you, and you get to show them a bit about yourself.
As an author itself, I believe that, expressing yourself and encouraging individual to literacy or the world of writing is quite important. Yes, as a Grenadian, I'm proud to represent my country. And if you intend to publish a book, you can contact me on WhatsApp at 4048349. I'm also available on Facebook and Instagram. My Instagram name is RonBegs90, and my Facebook name is RonBegs. Of course, we have procedures in which we help individuals to express as to what they actually need to be done. We offer various services such as publishing e-flyers, of course, podcast conversation, and banners for individuals who are interested in our services.
Can you tell the guests where they can find a copy of your book?
My book can be found on Amazon.com, or you can type my name in the Google search bar, Akilah Williams, and you can find my book right there.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for Conversation with RMP. Akilah Williams, it's a pleasure. Ron, it's also a pleasure having you here. And I just want to thank you both for being here and joining me today. Ron's interview is on the next Conversation with RMP, which is on the 29th. We're going to get a lot of information from Ron in reference to his published book plus his upcoming book. All right, guys, thank you.